Is coming up next is a Prado.
Okay, Prado is also a
1967.
projection.
Yeah.
These are ones here. It attaches more to the floor, and it seems, in terms of its how it looks, it seems to be from the floor, and it puts the wall in the background. So here was something, just a shape on the wall makes this plastic quality where you realize that actually I'm making the picture plane be the wall, like Plato's cave, and then I'm putting things on this surface, and it becomes very malleable. And I had pieces that come into the wall, into the room, like Afram, the one before, things that seem to be where the wall was, and the wall seems to be recede. Others that seem to hole through and look as though there's an opening through the wall. So this right from the start, I was beginning to get onto the craft. I mean, how do you form it? It doesn't form like clay, where you form it with the hand. It doesn't form like hot wax, or you don't carve it away like wood or with stone. So getting to work with it is almost like making the instrument that helps you form it. So it's almost more like sound, like music.
This is way off the beaten track, but let me just ask it anyway. So architects who create museums, light is central to what they want to do. Do people like that call on you and say, tell me, James, what do I need to know here?
No, but there are sometimes I've been called upon to help fix the Rothko Chapel, where the light has damaged the paintings, and also where when you look up there's this big dark presence over your head. So that's something that I'm employed.
What don't you know
fix.
about light?
Oh, I'd always be surprised. I mean, I was surprised that we were able to stop it. That actually we found a medium where we could actually slow down light to the point it didn't move through it. That's very recently.
Oh, yeah.
That happened.
And how did that happen?
Through, I guess, a lot of experimentation.
Exactly, trial and error.
Yes. So seeing that is quite amazing to me. Also, I'm very interested in experiments where we now are suspecting that light knows when we're looking.
Light knows when we're looking.
That absolutely.
It changes when we look?
Yes, it has different behavior when we're looking.
How do we figure that out?
Well, I don't know all about the experimental process in deciding that, but basically it has different behavior through a diffraction grating when we're looking than when we're not. That's quite interesting. That almost imbues it with consciousness.
Which is what everybody wants to understand.
I think everybody even feels that way. I mean, first of all, here's this substance that we drink as vitamin D through the skin.
Yeah.
So it's actually a food.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually are light eaters. Then, of course, it has very strong emotional effect, and even in film, where we're not really looking at light, but we're looking at the narrative or story that carried through the film, or by light. But it has very powerful connotations there as well. And then, of course, every time we talk about light, near-death experience is always described with the vocabulary of light.
Yes.
Samadhi, or enlightenment. All these things have to do with, the light-filled void, this quality of where we are achieving something on the light not beheld with the eyes open. Because with the eyes closed, there's full vision. If you think of the lucid dream, here's full vision without eyes. And so is this memory? Well, no, because often we're dreaming things that aren't even pieced together from memory. Sometimes they are from memory, but often no memory at all. So where does this light in the dream come from? And how do we have this full vision that we access, 7 to 8 hours a night with the eyes closed? And what is the light? Where does light come from in the dream? Those are very interesting thoughts and ideas. And so I wanted to actually deal with a light that seemed to be a light that we knew but don't often see with the eyes open. Because we often see light this way, but not that often with the eyes open. So I would like to have this sort of recognition of a light that is sort of known to us, but we haven't. Is surprised to find it. It's like when you go and you see someone you've known in a certain context. Now they're in a new context that you see them and you can't remember their name and what they're doing here.
Yes.
that kind of thing is a little bit like I would like to achieve in my work, that you know this light, but it's not familiar with the eyes open.